Hey guys, welcome back to Set Streets Needs. I'm Chris Bauer. I am so excited to be here in Bend, Oregon in front of the very last Blockbuster video. They have the very last one left in existence, and we're gonna go in and get a little taste of the 80s and 90s. I hope you guys will join me. Let's travel. Away, the smell of the plastic of the cases takes you back right away. I forgot about that smell. It's awesome. Thank you. Oh, look at the VHS. It has been obliterated. No one wanted Snow Dogs. So Blockbuster started in 1985 down in Dallas, Texas. It grew pretty quickly. It wasn't the first video store, but it was very popular. And by the mid-90s, when Viacom bought it, it was a marquee brand, and they really exploded it. At its height back in 2004, it had 9,000 plus locations. And in the early 2000s, Netflix actually offered to Blockbuster have them buy their company. It was only worth about $50 million then, and Blockbuster turned them down. Came back to haunt them. So now, however many years later, after 04 was their height. Oh Lord, that's a long time ago. But either way, this is the last one left. Lloyd and Harry are on the employees only sign. So I've worked at 2 video stores in my entire life. First was Michigan Video, worked there during high school, and then later on during college I worked for Blockbuster for 1 year in Benton, Kentucky. I loved that job. I love video store jobs. I love being able to get to, when people come in asking what they should watch, you always have a recommendation. There's something really cool about that. You don't really get that with streaming services. They just assume that they know what you want to watch based on your other stuff, but sometimes it's cool that they come out of the blue with a movie that you never thought of or never heard of. I like this wall of VHSs. That's pretty cool. Get the Mask, I saw that in the theater. Oh, Great Outdoors, what a classic. Star Wars. Happy Gilmore saw in the theater. Harry and the Hendersons, Tombstone, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Look at all that Empire. Star Wars and Jedi. Home Alone. Indiana Jones, Crocodile Dundee. Awesome. They've got art all around. Heath Ledger Joker. Of course, your trailer's got to be playing. Stranger Things. The Last Blockbuster. And just in case you don't know about it, on Netflix there is an amazing documentary called The Last Blockbuster. It is about this location. They of course sell copies here as well. Classic. Three Amigos. They only got 2 copies in. I think the coolest memory that this brings back is being in a video store when a hot movie comes out on, say, a Tuesday morning like right now. You'd run in to get it and it's all just empty, like everybody had already gotten them, and you're just sinking, and you get down to the bottom row and there's one tape left. Oh, it's pure joy. I'll miss that feeling. It was awesome. There was a suck when it wasn't there on the bottom either. So one of my favorite parts of working at Blockbuster was the employee picks. You got to have a shelf or two, and you would pick out and curate your list of movies you wanted people to see that you would recommend. Because that's a real thing when people come into a video store. They ask the workers, what's good? Hey, you know that movie that came out last year with that one actor? And you're supposed to know the answers to these things. And it's an art. You learn to get pretty good at it. But yeah, being able to constantly curate your own shelves, and people are constantly going right to your shelves because they know you recommend good movies. It's one of those really special feelings. Oh, that's cool. You can actually see all the videos on the shelves. That's awesome. These are cool. Oh, those are nice. I like that.
The other guy was the Raleigh. There was a memo sent from this installation.
Good movie.
Had the word done. About it. Yeah. An email on a memo. Pretty obvious no little back home bothers me.
Hats, all kinds of them. Lots of movie poster puzzles. A cool standee with no name guy on it. Blockbuster t-shirts that say make it a movie night. Last Blockbuster, Bend, Oregon. I like these t-shirts. These are super cool too. Full zip up hoodie. So HBO's John Oliver donated a whole bunch of like movie memorabilia, and then other celebrities have joined in, written letters, cards, and added a whole lot of movie memorabilia to the back wall here. It's pretty cool. So for some reason, John Oliver, and he does it in the episode of his show on HBO, but he talks about all the stuff he gave was from Russell Crowe. It's so cool. The guy's robe from Cinderella Man. Movie poster with Empire. A couple Empires. I like that they blocked Russell Crowe's hood from Robin Hood with an Empire poster, as you should. And his coat from Les Mis. Rocky. Oh, it was a cool moment in Miss Marvel when she crashes through the roof. Movie poster for Last Blockbuster. That's cool. Celebrities have visited here. Ellen show. The old SKU tag that was for your keychain. Of course, that was everybody's Blockbuster card right there. It's a sweet denim jacket. All kinds of media. Lots of stories been written about it. Vlogs. These are the chairs, Denzel Washington's and Russell Crowe's chair from The American Gangster, or just American Gangster. Just makes you want to push it in and just have it take it. I have every one of these movies. I also had the Pacer from this movie in high school. I'll pop a picture up there. Love Wayne's World. Toxic Avenger. That's awesome. Old Lloyd Kaufman movies. That's cool. Old gift cards. Game. Case. All the old Blockbuster stuff. Princess Bride on VHS, obviously. Blockbuster presents Halloween. Wow, all the old cards. Ghostbusters on VHS. Well, obviously we have to sign. Oh, Blockbuster Express, that was when they realized they should have gotten Netflix. It's a last ditch effort. Look at that RCA camera. I think that belonged to Marty McFly. Laser discs. At Michigan Video, when I worked there in high school, we had Laserdisc section. It was quite massive, actually. Hundreds of them. Because, you know, a lot of people had Laserdisc players back then. All the old signage is still here. That's the coolest. True Lies standee, that's awesome. That's in great shape. Coming soon. Goonies. The candy and the popcorn. This is really where you made your parents go broke. Some metal movie posters on tin. Well, this is Kismet. I got the shirt and the posters here. Weird. You can do a Last Blockbuster movie poster for $10. Lots of movies for sale. 5 for $10. While it is true that they were one of the last ones standing, I don't think it was just everyone's lack of interest in videos that really did them in. I think Family Video, they kind of took Blockbuster's model and ran with it. And they hit a lot of markets that Blockbuster wasn't even in, a lot of smaller markets, and they lasted the longest. It took the pandemic to take Family Video out, so Blockbuster was long gone before then, but, you know, I'm sure they wish they'd have made some different moves back in the day, but they had a pretty good run. And they added a lot of happiness to us 80s and 90s kids growing up. A lot. Just awesome to be in a video store again. It's really cool. And for a Tuesday morning, which it always was when you're in the video business, this place is busy as hell. Everybody's coming in to get the new movies, checking out what they can get. Very busy. Classic. Such an amazing film. Spaceballs. Yes. Awesome. 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 Pretty funny. Super Troopers. The second one wasn't as good. Survivors was alright. I haven't seen that in a long time though. Love that movie. Classic. So I think over the years they got sick of people like me from out of town asking if they could apply for a Blockbuster card and setting them all up in the system and then them never renting anything. So they just sell them now. You can get a Blockbuster card for $2 from the Last Blockbuster. Looks just like my old one, but new. So it probably sounds hard to believe now, but most video stores back in the 80s and 90s had adult rooms with triple X-rated movies. And Blockbuster was like the first chain to be like, absolutely not, we're not doing anything X-rated. And so if you wanted those kind of movies, you had to go to other video stores. And I tell you, we had great fun being in high school and putting movies away in the adult room at Michigan Video, because all you do is giggle about dirty words, and that's all that porn movies had back then. They don't really do movies now. It's just scenes, but you know, back then you had full films. I remember one every Friday night, maybe every couple Friday nights, Michigan Video, this couple in their 80s would pull in, little old woman and a man. She would stay in the passenger seat holding their purse in her lap, I mean dressed to the nines like they used to do. And he would come in with his walker. Took him 5 minutes to get to the back, went right to the adult room. He would come out with a stack every time, like 9 or 10 movies. And then he would check them all out and shuffle out to the car, and she would just sit there in the passenger seat, and then they would drive away. It was the craziest thing ever. Now, Blockbuster was more expensive than a lot of other video stores, but what really made them the most money was late fees. They would absolutely kill you in late fees. That was kind of Family Video's, I guess, way in to get ahead of them in market share, because Family Video would forgive late fees, and Blockbuster wouldn't. And Blockbuster in the early 2000s, either 2000 or 2001, late fees, they made like $800 million in late fees that year alone. So it was a huge business for them. And Family Video saw that weakness. And in fact, as the story goes, Netflix started because of a tape that had been taken out for like 6 weeks by the founder. When he went back to Blockbuster, it was an outrageous sum of money. And that was where he got the idea to have a video store there. You could keep videos as long as you wanted. And he started Netflix. It's crazy how all that stuff connects. Well, I hope you enjoyed my visit as much as I did to the Last Blockbuster. That was really cool experience being back in a video store. And, you know, it's like, I quit going to video stores probably like everybody else did early on. I still love streaming services. I always embrace that as the future. So I guess these things at their time, I'm not going to be one of the people that's like, I can't believe there's no video stores anymore. I know why there's no video stores anymore. However, having said that, it was really nice being back in them, because when you haven't been in one for so long, you forget about the certain things that were part of the experience, like the asking for movie recommendations, the impulse buying popcorn and candy at checkout. I don't know. There's just a lot of little things that you did as a part of that experience that you don't have anymore, and you kind of miss them. I mean, not enough to get rid of streaming services, I assure you. But yeah, there was definitely a season for the video store. And it's cool that, at least for right now, you can still go back and experience why you used to love that. Yeah, who knows? I mean, it made it through the pandemic, which is kudos to that business. And honestly, the whole time I was there was never less than 10 people in that store. It was probably the busiest video store I've been in at least a decade. So clearly, that town loves that store. There was a few people like me, out-of-towners, that were there to sightsee, but there was a lot of people bringing videos back, renting more videos, buying videos. Yeah, so it was pretty neat. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Hope you guys did too. I'm back on the road now, getting out of Oregon and heading into California, heading down to San Jose, and gonna do a couple videos down there, and I hope you come back for them. We'll see you on down the road, guys. Bye.